What's up, everybody? No Tap here. This is gonna be a showcase of my Creator of Ruin build. Which is probably my second strongest build that I have the capability of using besides, well, insane melee damage builds. We're not talking about it. This build has fun factor built in as a little cash prize for having it equipped. Don't be worried about your damage output if you really want the entire... If you want the friggin'... If you want the whole full-fledged Altars of Sorrow, you're gonna have to go to a timestamp that I don't know as of recording this. Also, I deleted Share Factory Studio, so I'm not going to be editing any videos. Kind of like how Charlie does it. Or Penguin Zero. Look at this. Look at this absolute pandemonium. This is why it's called Creator of Ruin. It's because it has that. This event also can get really chaotic on the final level. Mainly because, well, it's not like hard or anything. I wish this game actually had a better community, like a non-toxic one. So I like communities like that. So essentially, Altars is actually, in my opinion, one of the best testing grounds. You get to try it in a co-op setting, which is where majority of the content is, the meat and potatoes. Essentially, in this game, essentially is, you have to have a fucking, either you're a multiplayer person or a single player person. I'm a multiplayer person. So let me just get... Now I have the Power of Ruin available, aka Transcendence. Where is the knight? Hello. Oh, that's a guy that's actually doing it. Now this thing does take like a while. This is a really fun build, too. I have to reload. That is one of my least favorite thing about this build is... My least favorite thing about this build is definitely... Well... You have to reload constantly. You have to reload constantly. Which makes it so much harder. So essentially, this thing revolves around ignitions. This thing revolves around ignitions and ignitions alone. Now you may be thinking, no Tap, could you just, I don't know, use shurikens? No. This build works way better with the rope dart, and let me explain why. So, whenever the rope dart returns to you, you get melee energy. Cool, right? Well, this build actually is pretty dependent on your rope dart. And sure, you have to dodge, but like, the dodge is, say you want acrobat dodge. Well, that removes your ability to dodge to get your ability, which is why, say, I use. That's actually the main reason why I use. Oh, casual, 100k. You know, I used to actually land, like, when I was doing Warframe content, you would see in some recordings I was landing 5 million damage. Yeah, quite literally, everyone else used to over in their boots. And I was like, aha! Zap with my flaming not zap. Oh god. I think it comes from up the hill. I think it comes from up the hill, which is really bad. But I think it also comes from there. Ooh, another surfboard user. Oh, it comes from over there. Hold up, I need to check my phone. I'm gonna shoot this guy to set up a chain reaction of destruction. Oh, it's a finish notification. By the way, that app is nice for keeping track of what you need to do. Like, oh, I need to log in to Genshin. I'm gonna do that after this recording. If people weren't hogging all my kills, I would probably be destroying things right now. Ignitions are a core part of this build. If not for ignitions, this build would actually just not work. You see, Caliban, the aspect of Calibans is one of the best aspects in the whole game. Well, Spirit of Caliban. Why isn't it called aspect of Caliban? So as you can see by, well, it didn't work that time. It didn't work. Didn't work that one. Didn't work well that time. Groudon Lance is actually far superior on Titan because it's a frickin' nuclear bomb. Is that a new light? That is not a new light. I thought that because they weren't deactivating it, that they were a new light. Like, are you kidding me? as you can see, it can get quite hectic. How does that guy already have his super? Oh, whoa. Bro. By the way, I don't really have that much commentary. Actually, I think there's something to talk about at this point. The DLC. The DLC actually has not been anticipated for that long, at least I haven't heard anything about the DLC. The line, like, this isn't like a work thing. Like, I don't do this as like a, like, I'm not doing this as a full-time gig. I just post when I want. Well, it's just I post when I get an idea. Really, that's just the whole point of the channel. It's to show that, also, it's to show that, it could, how does that guy keep getting a super? I do not understand. Wait a second. No, wait, no. If I also have a warlock build I could show off real quick. It's essentially, it's a same premise, different subclass in different exotic. Bro, does this guy just have like some kind of power or something? Because this is a unnatural, like, my build doesn't get it super this quickly. I completely F that up. I haven't even used my Transcendence once. I haven't even used a single Transcendence. It's that good. I haven't used a single Transcendence in this one recording. Does that show how good this build is? Yeah. Kinda. It slightly does. Slightly. Time for my least favorite part on T5. T5 is like the bane of my existence when it comes to the wizard part, because there's like 3 spots that if you land, you have to have a hunter, which luckily I'm playing a hunter right now. Also, Oh, am I gonna have to frickin'... Okay, great. Bro? Bro, did you see how I died? That was the... I really wish there was a sound effect there, and I can't put in a sound effect. By the way, please subscribe. It'll help out the channel and help my popularity out just that little bit. Plus, it'll make me feel loved. Bro. Oh, there's spike dragon. Oh, that thing's broken. I'm not even gonna try and hop on it because that's pretty much a frickin' death sentence. Most of the time, hopping on a pike is a death sentence because of how strong the guys are. Bro, where are the swords? Where are the swords? I have to hop inside. I can't. And I got sniped. I hate this. When is it gonna... Where are the sword wielders? A sword wielder emerges, and I shall throw the dart. I shall throw it. Here we go. Grenade kill. Car battery. Hold on, hold on. Grenade final low tyranny. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. As you can see, this build is absolutely insane. Like, this build has almost no flaws or weaknesses, except for... What? Okay, supercharge. So now let's see how good it is at bossing. This build is more for ad clear than bossing, but it can still do decently when it comes to bossing. If there's minions, and a lot of them. If you want to test this out, just so you know, it's actually pretty good. I might link my other video. I might link the build video in the description. Bro. Someone's using their transcendence. I'm gonna save it for like the second damage phase. I'm gonna save it for second damage phase because like, bro. Come on. It took that long to kill a single frickin' guy. Come on. Ow. I'm only returning from a break, so like... This is what I mean by This build causes immense. Okay. So now I've shown I can hold my own in a PvE setting. So now I'm gonna go over to my Warlock. So the Warlock is actually a bit less of a well, I'm not on the build like right now. It's just I need to find it. This looks to be about it. So I actually have to switch over to Void for this with neserects in this, and to make it all build of darkness. That's the build. So now I'm gonna show you. You know what? I'm actually gonna show you the build and tune out. So first off, this is the build for the most part. Cataclysm for the humongous damage, the humongous burst damage. You can use any rift, any glide. Pocket Singularity is the only one you can have it choosing. You need to choose one of these. Mine is Magnetic Grenade because it's a short range blast, and I really need a close range damage. Feed the Void because it's Feed the Void. And then for the fragments, Vigilance for emergencies, even if you somehow get to low HP. Undermining because of the weaken. Reprisal, and Harvest. Another option you can have instead of Harvest is something like Persistence, but I have Harvest in this slot. Anyway, no tap out. Sorry, no tap out. I have to redo my outro.